Just hold on, man. I'm Alex Los Angeles, and let's talk cardio, man. So last year, guys, well, not damn it, not again. I mean, 2013, I was doing cardio. The type of cardio that I was doing was jump roping. Let's go over, all the types of cardio you could do. Which one is best to burn the most fat? How long you should do it, how many times a week, foods you should be eating, supplements you should be taking to burn as much fat as possible without risking any muscle. So let's explain and go over a couple of things that I learned from experience, guys. All right, so let's name a few different types of cardios that I use and a lot of people like to use. Of course, the time is going to vary depending on person to person, but just so you can have an idea, I put, an estimate of, the time people use it. Science proven that high intensity cardio burns the most fat in less time and in the long run will help you maintain your muscle loss. That's true. But at the end of the day, it still comes down to your nutrition and your weight training intensity. If you start, declining on your weight training, you start slacking, doing less reps, lowering the weight every time, your nutrition, you're not hitting the right macros, you're not hitting your proteins, your carbs, you're not getting enough calories, you're losing weight too fast, that's what's going to lead to muscle loss, more likely than the kind of cardio you do. You can make any kind of cardio work with good nutrition. So pick a cardio that you actually enjoyed. Like for myself, I hated incline walking. I can't stand it. It irritates me. Can't stand walking on the treadmill for 40 minutes. I switched to jump roping. I enjoy it. I could switch things up. I could learn new tricks. So I enjoy doing that instead. And for women, women or guys, the Stairmaster, you want to keep your glutes, you want to keep your hamstrings, you work on your calves. You could do that, add more tension on your body while you do cardio. So it's all about what's your goal, what is your main goal, what are you trying to do, what are you trying to achieve, and then the rest is nutrition and weight training. That's how you're gonna maintain your muscle, and that's how you're gonna burn that fat and not get skinny. So how many days a week and for how long should you do cardio? All right, guys, I could give you a bullshit answer. Let's say do 6 days a week, 30 minutes of jump roping, and I done it before, guys. I've seen results, and you could too. Yes, that could work for a lot of people, but the thing is, guys, patience. You gotta have patience because a lot of people are different. Somebody with low body fat will see great results with that, with that tip. But somebody, let's say 270 pounds, they want to lose a lot of fat in, let's say, 3-4 months because they have to go on vacation. They've been to McDonald's a little bit too often, and they just want to look fit. They don't want to look muscular. They just want a flat stomach for vacation, right? You have to consider they lose weight that fast. They don't have a lot of muscle probably to begin with. So loose skin, they could get loose skin for losing weight that fast. They could end up getting a lot of stretch marks from losing weight that fast. If you're not patient, the results you're going to see are not going to be good at all. And then you just have to worry about, the problems that come with it, for months on end and probably years. So taking your time with it, guys, I can't stress this enough. Yes, I want to give you a good answer, a simple, quick fix, but it's just not the case. It's not what's going to happen. What's going to happen is you're not going to see the results you want. You're not going to look the way you want at the end if you just take some, random advice without planning ahead. Take, for example, let's say if somebody wants to compete. Yeah, I could tell them to, do 30 minutes of cardio 6 days a week. But the thing is, if, as time goes on, right, they start from week one. They don't have a lot of body fat, let's say 15%. They start week one with that much cardio. Your body's going to get used to it. And then you have to add more cardio just to see more fat loss. By the time that, you're halfway there to your show, you've done so much cardio that you have to keep adding. And then over time, it's going to lead to muscle loss, even with good nutrition. Because you're just doing way too much. Your metabolism is going to get, used to it. So it's always good to focus on your nutrition to do the fat loss for you. When you have good nutrition, you start with high calories, high carbs, high fats, and high protein, and then you start chopping away till you see fat loss. With your weight training, of course, you have to have good weight training. Even if you don't want to get big, guys, when you're cutting, building muscle is almost impossible. Maybe beginners and good people with good genetics could do that. And with good supplements like, BCAAs, glutamine, a little bit extra, just the fact that you're dieting. Yeah, you could probably build a little bit of muscle, but if you want to look fit, regardless whether you want to look, you don't want to look like you lift, you have to weight train intensely. You have to make sure that your nutrition is good and your weight training is good. Cardio comes into play, but slowly. You want to start adding it slowly. That way you have more room to grow, because patience is what's going to pay off and it's going to give you the results that you want to see. I know everybody wants a quick answer. I know everybody wants, just 3 months of here and there, boom, bam, and you're shredded. No, it doesn't work like that. Patience, you have to work on it. You have to make sure you have, a nice balanced diet. And cardio is just like a weapon that you use when your nutrition starts slowing down. And you do not want to add it too early, just the fact that you're just going to end up adding hours and hours of cardio just to see, a little bit of fat loss. So start adding cardio like 3 days, a week. Let's say you have a lot of body fat, right? 270. Start adding cardio maybe a little bit 3 days a week for 20 minutes, let's say jump roping or walking or something like that. And then leave yourself room to, add a little bit more every week, where you have the time to do it. Because if you don't have the time to do it, it's just gonna throw your schedule off, and you're probably gonna end up giving up. That's just the advice I could give you guys. Try to have a plan in advance with your nutrition, your weight training, and then just add cardio slowly over the weeks. That way you're not doing stupid hours of cardio and then just risking muscle loss at the end and not getting the physique that you actually planned for. That's just the advice that I can give you guys. And supplementing with, BCAAs and glutamine, some extra glutamine, also helps maintain muscle loss. But it's not necessary, but it does help, just the fact that you're not getting enough while you're in a diet. Anyways, guys, that's the video for today. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Just subscribe, like the video, share it. You guys need a meal plan. I can help you guys out with that. If not, just keep watching the channel if you guys can't afford it. I'm always giving out free tips regardless. And of course, guys, hold on to the channel. Talk to you guys later.